Hey guys, hope you are all doing well. And today I got a replay for you in the GSOR 1008, or as me and the guys like to call it, the Juicer. So, what is the Juicer? It is a Tier 8 British tank destroyer that has the distinction of being like no other British tank destroyer. It has none of the characteristics of the Badger or Tortoise line, and you could argue that it kind of goes with the Shipbarn line, but then again you can't because the Trash Barn line kind of specializes in big guns, whilst this one has a 4-shell autoloader that's capable of dealing 1,280 in 6 seconds, I think it is, which is quite insane. Now, what balances this tank out is the reload, and with my setup on this thing, it's 43 seconds, which is goddamn a lot of things can happen in 43 seconds in World of Tanks, and as this UDES is about to find out. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate with the 4th shell, but yeah, that's the Juice's strong point there, burst damage. As you can see, the gun handling whilst you're unloading is really good, and yeah, the burst potential for especially for a tier 8 tank destroyer is quite devastating. Even some tier 10 tanks can't really handle this thing, and I don't get what Wargaming were doing with this thing, because they've given it quite mediocre standard penetration, but then you look at the APCR penetration and it's 320. Some tier 10 heavy tanks or medium tanks blush at the thought of 320 penetration. Like, look at the UDES, look at the Cranvon, they get 300 heat pen. This gets 320 APCR pen, which is insane ammo, and well, I'm not going to be using it that much in this game because I like making credits, bro. So, yeah. And as you can see here, this reload is pretty bloody long, isn't it? And I want to catch out this ST2. Will we be able to reload in time before he gets into cover? Because I gotta be honest, he has a lot of time to get in cover between now and then. And this is actually quite a tough shot. I've got a pixel basically. First one misses. Aiming it in, managed to pen the second, and hello STRV. And yeah, as you can see, I was quite annoyed by that. And what I'm doing now is quite a scummy move, is that I'm firing whilst not in bush cover. And if that ST2 decides to fire, he's just fired at the STRV who wasn't camoed up properly either, and he somehow bounces off a tier 8 Swedish tank destroyer with a 122. Oh dear, what a tanks players. You gotta love them, haven't you? And we are stuck in this reload again, and I'm trying to find a shot in this Type 4. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm never going to even see a silhouette on this guy. I thought I may be able to get a shot on him from this angle, but apparently not. And we're finally reloaded again, and I'm going to see if I can pick up this ST2 again. And obviously we can't, he's still in cover, he's probably still trying to find his keyboard or trying to find his mouse, because I don't know what an ST2 is doing there really. And I think it's about this moment that the E100 has a bit of a brain fart. There's one. That was a bad shot. Third one. Nice. And fourth one. Track him at the same time. He goes down. Yeah, I don't get that thought process there from the E100. And we're stuck in this 43-second reload again. So this thing was released with the Bisonte and the M4A1 FL10, the Franken Sherman that I featured yesterday. Those are the new tanks in the loot boxes this year, and I think the Juicer is the highlight of this year. The Bisonte is just... I'm gonna call it now. I think the Bisonte will get buffed soon because it just doesn't have enough going for it. Yeah, it's just mediocre, and oh dear, what was this ST2 thinking? And the only thing keeping him alive right now is my terrible aim. 2 out of 4, right there. Terrible aim. Should have killed that ST2, but didn't because I'm bad. So yeah, I'm reeling from that. I don't know why I'm going to put this up on YouTube, but hey, this thing was really easy to ace on the first day of release. I think, yeah, I aced this tank in the very first game that I played it, which was a bit of a really fast game on, what's that Chinese map? Empire's Border, that's it. Wasn't impressive, wasn't anything going for it. Like, this is the best game that I've had in this tank so far, pretty much. That has been an ace tanker. But yeah, I really like the Juicer. I tend to like quite unique tanks in the game. It's the reason why I love the Conway at tier 9 with the big alpha gun, is that there's no tanks really like it, really. And this thing, what can you compare it to? Like, I think most of the comparisons you can only make with tier 8 medium and heavy tanks like the T69, the T77. There's really not a lot of tanks you could compare this thing with, which it feels a bit of a void in tier 8 matchmaking. Never thought I'd say that. A playstyle that's missing from tier 8, because Wargaming have milked this tier dry, haven't they, really? And I don't know what this Udes was thinking, but hey, I'm not complaining. And it's right about now that I get very lucky when a enemy juicer decides to take a swig at me, and I get away with it. And it's about now that I start having brain farts. For one, yeah, I'm driving into a Jagdtiger's gun and an EBR's. Yeah, that wasn't very clever at all, was it? And I'm trying to find a shot on this EBR, not quite finding it. Trying to get into cover from this Jagdtiger. And it's about here that I decide to take a reload. Monkess. I think I had 2 shots left in that clip. And yeah, if that EBR decides to go for me, he can unload on me, reload, and unload on me again, and I still would have like 5 to 10 seconds left on my reload. That's just how bad the reload is on this thing. It really kills this tank when it comes to having really bad teams who just go to 0 to 15 in 4 minutes. This tank is appalling at those kind of matches. And the disappointing thing is that that's the kind of matchmaking you get in World of Tanks these days, as the Jagdtiger takes me out, and I decide not to watch the remainder of this game and jump into another game because I'm running a credit boost. Lol. And as you can see, that was an ace tanker. This tank was so easy to ace in the first couple of days. Like, it was crazy. You had, if you could stay alive and just put 3 clips in, that was a guaranteed ace. And yeah, as you can see, it wasn't a very impressive game whatsoever. But yeah, that is the Juicer, the new British tier 8 premium tank destroyer that has an auto loader that no other high tier British tank has. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Give it a like, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.